Hi, Possum Patty from Pennsylvania here, and I've been working with a lot of tips and challenges with the Sktchy hashtag 30 pages, 30 days. And a lot of what we've been doing, learning about, and being challenged to do is to design a journal page using different elements, some collage elements and some stamping elements. I've been working on making stamps. One problem with the stamps that I made already was that I did a possum and a porcupine, and they look more like elements than design elements, so I wanted to do something that looked a little bit more like a design element besides my possums and porcupines. And since I'd also been working on clouds, I found this Native American symbol for storm clouds, or the anvil top on the cloud, some lightning and some rain. And to me this seemed like it'd be more of a design element than the porcupine or the possum. So I'm going to work with my stamp that I made, and I made this out of this speedy carved rubber stuff that I don't really like too much, but that's a storm cloud. I have these collage elements. I actually painted these in 1968 and 1969 in high school. Tells you how old I am. And they are still floating around the house. So I think what I'm going to do is pick one of these cloud elements and my storm stamp and a couple pieces of paper. I picked out the red clouds to start with, and I picked out this dark gray. It kind of matches for the one of the design elements, and sort of this neutral color, which I thought also went nicely with the gray and the red. So I'm going to use these elements on the page, and I'm going to use my stamp, and I am going to do some journaling on the page. I have another stamp that looks like notebook paper. It's here somewhere on the desk. Here it is. So I'll be putting that in to do some journaling. Since I painted this in school, I thought that would go good. And I got out one Liquitex paint marker. This is acrylic neutral gray 5. I'm going to put a little paint on the page, and then I'm going to put some design elements, and then I am going to journal. I wasn't too concerned about perfectly painting the page. Just want to put down some color. I'm using a piece of cardboard behind the page to make sure it doesn't run over at the other parts of the journal. I dried it quickly with the dryer. And here's my first oops for today. I should have scanned this before I started cutting it up. It's not precious, but it's been hanging around for quite a long time now. And I just started ripping it up. Auditioning my piece here with the gray background. Trying to make it look like a cloud shape. It got a little too organic, I think, and I have to mess with the shape a little bit more. I do like that little bit of neutral color in there. Trimming off the piece to fit behind. Adjusting the shape of the cloud. I cut a little strip off the gray. I put it aside because I remember Ross Stendhal using a little strip in her piece, and I thought I'd try that afterwards. I wanted this piece to go across the crease, the seam in the center of the book. So I have to kind of work with that part where the page is going to bend. I'm using a Liquitex matte medium to glue these pieces of collage down. Ross Stendhal talked about using the gloss gel, but I had used that all up on something else. So I wasn't going to put a lot of layers, so I went with the matte. I think when this bottle runs out, maybe I'll try the gloss. I use the ruler to try to bend the paper where the center of the page there. Put a layer of matte medium over the collage pieces. Got an old gift card to kind of scrape some of that extra matte medium off, take out some of the lumps. Now I'm using the matte medium on the back of the cloud, putting that in. This is really a different color scheme for me. I don't usually use black and red in a neutral color. Again, using that card to kind of smooth down that cloud. The last minute there, I decided to grab some of the bits of cloud that I had torn off and put them on. Auditioning where I want to put the writing. I went with a more vertical element, using that piece of paper that I had cut off from the gray background and trying to get it in the middle there again. It looked a little crooked. I used my ruler there just for a second to kind of even it out. I don't have that gift of just eyeballing something and making it straight. Trying to figure out where I'm going to put my stamp and where I'm going to put my journaling. Using the matte medium again for this little piece. Putting on my thunderstorm stamp. I'm using more of a scrapbooker's kind of glue to put on my journaling. I stamped on that creamy color paper and then I wrote my journaling with the blue pen. I decided to get out the Pentel brush pen, just make a little note. Hashtag 30 pages, 30 days. Page 21, March 21. Thoughts are clouds, I am the sky. 1960s, turn on, tune in, drop out. In high school, my mental escape was not drugs, but to get a pass from the study hall to go to the art room. I would sit in the corner of the studio and just paint page after page of these banks of clouds. Thoughts are clouds, I am the sky.